Adaptation is one of the key hallmarks of successful Smash Ultimate players. Successful adaptation is shown by differing your moves and strategies constantly. But why is this difficult? How do you ascend to this next level of gaming? These are 3 reasons I believe make adaptation one of the most difficult skills to master in Smash Ultimate. Number 1. Focus. What does focus mean? In our outside gaming life, we're always told to focus. Focus on your goals and the steps to achieve them. Focus on school. Focus on the teacher. Focus on the road. Focus on what you eat, etc., etc. This all translates to one thing: focus on the now. In Smash, this is important, but only in the immediate frame or two. A tip I have to players is to hit where your opponent is possibly going to be next, rather than where they are now. This is because the game is fast. Neither player wants to get hit, while at the same time each player wants to damage each other. Yet, what exactly should we be focusing on? Should I focus on myself? My opponent? Both? The quick answer is, yeah, everything. You should be focusing on everything that is going on. However, there is one issue that can arise as human beings, and that is, number 2, we are limited creatures. I will speak about our limitations first. Our visual working, or short-term memory, fills up in about 100 milliseconds. For reference, I perused online that the average human can have a reaction time from 250 to 350 milliseconds. You see how quickly we fill up this memory box? It fills up with the colors and orientations from the world around us, including the screen we use to watch Smash. The issue here is that we do not normally give meaning to these colors and pixels in front of us. To our brain, they are merely bundles of information with little relevance. Furthermore, we tend to overload our working memory with a small portion of the bountiful information in the Smash game. For instance, we may worry more about mixing up shield and spot dodge as defensive options, but we do not consider what the opponent is doing to create openings to attack us. Now, here's the biggest roadblock to in-game adaptation. Number 3, instinct. We play by instinct. Smash is a fast game. We instinctively think we have to act quickly or we must press a button. When opponents make constant reads from us, the main reason is because we are playing out of instinct. The quicker option in a scramble scenario is common to use in Smash. For example, I see a tendency of Cloud players to frequently spot dodge after climb hazard. This instinct comes from the feeling that the opponent will react by attacking us. Not to mention, there are a lot of safe options in the game, so we tend to go for those options anyways. Even though instinct is considered to be a seemingly knee-jerk reaction, it can be controlled. Our weaknesses as players and humans is that we frequently need to react to every stimuli around us. In our quest to be right and defensive all the time, we have a need to make sure our presence and actions are felt. To briefly recap, the need of abundant focus, our limitations as humans, and playing by instinct are the 3 biggest obstacles in adapting the game. So, are there answers to these? I believe so. Perhaps I can elaborate more in another video, but here are my answers. 1. Begin focusing on micro interactions, and then continue by adding more information as your mind transfers the understandings of your working memory to your unconscious. According to research by Timothy Bradley, Viola Stormer, George Alvarez, published in the Proceedings of the National Academy of Sciences, they explain that our working memories are not as limited as we originally thought. You see, we have an episodic, visual long-term memory, where we form memory traces and later retrieve them without active maintenance and can be used. This is a critical component in our push to become better adapters. The more situations we put ourselves in, the more we can retain knowledge about that or similar situations. An example of this is playing versus a specific character to learn the matchup. A better example is playing a character over and over to learn how to play them in various situations, instances, and opponents. This is why character specialists have knowledge of many options in specific scenarios because of the practice they have with them. I'll leave you with this quote from the research. Working memory and its capacity limitations are dependent upon our knowledge. Thus, working memory is not fixed capacity. Instead, its capacity is dependent on exactly what is being remembered. Number 2, learn to be intuitive while playing Smash, not instinctual. This is an idea that I learned while reading Daniel Kahneman's Thinking Fast and Slow. Intuition in this context means you understand the relevant cues that determine a specific scenario due to prior experience. For example, when you are pressured and are backed in a corner, usually you show your panic option to move out of that position. In my experience, the most common option is jump, which is why I usually make sure to cover that option. The big mistake Smash players make is that we feel we need to be reactive to the pressure of the game. This panic of reactiveness will need to be transformed to instinctually recognizing the position you are in, as well as keeping calm under pressure. This requires practice and can take some time. But how do you know that you are adapting and improving? My answer to this is A, you make the same mistakes less frequently. B, you quickly realize the situations you are in and make different decisions. C, you see the game slower than usual. If anyone watches or has seen Dragon Ball Z, just think of when Goku asked Gohan to fight Perfect Cell. The conversation went, "Tell me something. When Cell and I were fighting back there, did you think it was hard to keep up at all? I mean, were we ever moving too fast for you to see?" "No, I could see it all. But that's only because you and Cell weren't fighting with your full power. I'm sure if you were moving as fast as you could, then I don't know about Cell, son. But I was giving it my all. You thought I was holding back because you were comparing the energy you sense from me to your own." Well, those are my thoughts on adaptation in Smash Bros, why we struggle, my ideas on overcoming it. Thank you for watching the video, and feel free to like, comment, and subscribe if you enjoyed it. You may also follow me on Twitch and Twitter. Both handles are also NA_D3. Thanks again, and peace.